All right, so if you're on the road to becoming a licensed nurse, you know there's one giant hurdle you've got to clear: the NCLEX. It can feel like this big, scary, complicated thing, but trust me, it doesn't have to be. In this explainer, we are going to break down the entire journey from start to finish so you know exactly what's coming. Let's dive in. We're going to start with the absolute basics, what the NCLEX even is. Then we'll walk through that tricky registration process, decode the next-gen exam itself, get you prepped for the actual test day, and finally, talk about what happens after you're done, the results, the pass rates, and yes, even the retakes. So, what is this exam you've been putting all this hard work into? Let's get right to it and look at why it exists and who's running the show. As of April 2023, the exam you're facing is the Next Generation NCLEX, or NGN for short. It's a newer, smarter version of the test that's really designed to measure your clinical judgment. Basically, it's not just about what you know, but how you think and make decisions when it comes to real patients.
The NCLEX, that's the National Council Licensure Examination, is pretty much the test you have to pass to get your nursing license. And the folks who make it, that's the National Council of State Boards of Nursing, or NCSBN. You can think of them as the organization that brings all the individual state nursing boards together.
And this right here, this is probably the most important thing to get about the NCLEX. It's not just another final exam from nursing school. Its entire mission is to protect the public. That means every single question is trying to answer one thing: is this person safe to practice as a brand new nurse? Keep that in the back of your mind while you study. Okay, so we've got the why down. Now let's tackle the how. Before you can even think about taking the test, you've got to get through the registration process. And yeah, it can feel like a maze sometimes, so we're just going to break it down step by step. It's really a two-part deal. First, you have to apply for your actual license with your state's nursing regulatory body, your NRB. That's who checks your school records and makes sure you're eligible. After that's done, then you register with the company that gives the test, Pearson VUE, and pay their fee. And here is a super important tip we saw, especially if you're an internationally educated nurse. Do not pay that $200 Pearson VUE fee until you have the green light from your NRB. Seriously, if they find an issue with your application, you could be out that money. Just wait for their official okay. So let's just trace this whole path. You apply to your NRB first. Then you register with Pearson VUE. Once your NRB confirms you're eligible, they'll send you an email with your authorization to test, or ATT. That ATT is your golden ticket. It's what you need to finally go and schedule your exam date. You did it! You're registered, you've got a date on the calendar, but what are you actually walking into? Let's pull back the curtain on the next-gen exam so there are absolutely no surprises. The NCLEX uses something called Computerized Adaptive Testing, or CAT. It means the test is, well, it's smart. If you get a question right, the computer is probably going to give you a slightly harder one next. If you get one wrong, it might dial it back a bit. It's trying to find your exact competency level. So, if the test feels hard, don't panic. That's a good sign. It means the system is working and you're answering questions correctly. So, where should you spend most of your study time? Well, the test is broken down into these client needs categories. And as you can see, management of care is a huge piece of the pie at 18%, followed closely by pharm and physiological adaptation. Mastering these big sections is going to give you the most bang for your buck. Okay, this is a huge, game-changing part of the next-gen exam. You can now get partial credit. There are 3 ways they score things. Plus-minus scoring means you get a point for right answers, but lose a point for wrong ones. 0/1 scoring is simpler. You get a point if you're right and no penalty if you're wrong. And rationale scoring is where you can get up to 2 points for correctly linking a problem with its cause. The big takeaway here: answer everything. You don't have to be perfect to earn points. You've done the work, you've studied your heart out. Now let's talk about the big day. Just knowing the rules and what to expect can seriously lower your stress levels and keep you focused on what matters. This is pretty much what it's going to look like. The testing centers are very secure environments. And listen, this is so important: your ID. It has to be a government-issued original, not a copy. It can't be expired, and it has to have a recent photo and your signature. They are extremely strict about this. Make sure the name on your ID is an exact match for the name you registered with. Yeah, the testing center rules are no joke, and it's all about keeping the test secure. All your personal stuff, your phone, your smartwatch, everything goes into a locker. You can't touch it until you are completely finished with the exam.
And confidentiality is a huge deal. You can't talk about the questions with anyone, ever. They do give you 2 optional breaks during the 5-hour test window, so it's a good idea to think ahead about when you might want to take a quick breather.
You've done it. You click that final submit button. So, what now? Let's walk through the last leg of this journey, getting your results, what the pass rates look like, and what your options are if you need to retake it.
Let's start with some really good news, okay? For first-time test takers who were educated in the U.S., the pass rate in the first half of 2025 is a whopping 88.8%. So take a deep breath. The odds are definitely in your favor if you've done the work.
But this chart tells a really important story about why that first attempt is so critical. Look at the pass rate for repeat USA test takers. It drops all the way down to 49.3%. That is a massive difference. It really shows why putting all your effort into a solid study plan to pass the first time is your best strategy.
Now, if things don't go your way the first time, it's not the end of the world. You'll get one of these in the mail, a Candidate Performance Report, or CPR. And this isn't just a failure notice, it's an incredibly useful tool. It actually breaks down how you did in every single content area, showing you where you were weak. Think of it as a personalized roadmap for what to study next time.
The official policy from the NCLEX-PN lets you retake the exam after a 45-day waiting period, and you can do it up to 8 times in a year. But, and this is a big but, you have to check the rules for your specific state's nursing board because some of them might have their own stricter limits.
So after all of it, all the studying, the registration headaches, the test day nerves, it's good to just zoom out and remember what this is all really about. It's not about getting a perfect score. It's about answering one single question. Are you ready to provide safe, competent care for your patients? The NCLEX is just your chance to prove that the answer is a confident yes.